Mr Chairman, through the Chair, I would like to thank the members of the committee for coming along to listen to this, what I think is an important issue this afternoon. I would like to stress that all my travel expenses and hotel expenses, living expenses coming to this were paid for by myself on my way to a meeting in New York. So I'm not speaking on behalf of any individual organisation or company. I'm speaking on behalf of the global public health community. I'm a member of the National Academy of Scotland, the National Academy of Science of Hungary and the European Academy. I've got what some people would say an extensive publication record in public health, and I was recently, for 5 years at the mandate, I was the Director of the International Agency for Research on Cancer, which is the World Health Organization Cancer Unit, and that was based in Lyon. A lot of people now, and there's an increasing tendency, there's more and more people around the world with cancer, particularly in the high-resource countries, because of the growth and ageing of the world's population. There is an increased move for people to get chemotherapy in hospital as outpatients and then to have to go home. And we've established that in patients who receive chemotherapy, for the 2 or 3 days following that chemotherapy, there are 27 different types of chemotherapy which lead to the excretion in either sweat, vomit, urine or faeces, 27 identified human carcinogens which are excreted in that format. Patients, when they go home, depends on countries. Some doctors tell the patients to, if you've got 2 toilets, just use one for yourself. If you use a toilet, flush twice. But that doesn't get rid of the problem, because the problem is that these chemotherapeutic agents, these human carcinogens, are going to end up somehow in the water and the sewerage supply. And that is really quite an important issue. The principle involved here, the basic principle, is to recognise this as a public health issue which requires steps to be taken to do something about it. This is a key important issue. I think that the time has come. I blame myself to a large extent, because it was only a year ago that I thought, this is important. This is something that we haven't taken care of. In science and medicine, we've taken enormous steps to identify chemicals, identify lifestyle factors which are important causes of cancer, and yet we've taken steps to do everything we can to prevent the exposure of the population to this. And this is an area where it has slipped through the net, and one in which I think that the scientific, medical, oncology community, of which I'm a member, I'm here to say mea culpa. This is something that we forgot about, took our eye off the ball, and I think it needs urgent attention. I think there are 2 major issues. The principle is that this must be recognised as an important threat to the health of potential important threat to the health of carers, family members and the general population who may be exposed to these carcinogens through the water or accumulation in sewerage or whatever exposure could be. We need to do more work on that. But the underlying principle is that we need to recognise that as an issue, and then the political issue is, who do we get to actually pay for this to make sure that we can get rid of this, minimise this or eliminate totally this exposure to the general population. I really thank you for your attention. I hope that you can consider this bill, but I think the important thing is, first of all, get the underlying principle out there. We need leadership in this area to say that this is an important issue that we must take steps to avoid. I thank you very much for your attention, Mr.